Yeah. Aren't you? Welcome to Candice's Gear Queer Corner. Today, with producer Candice, we are talking about the Boss holster.
Right,
Candice,
this
tell
thing.
people what we're talking about. Now, in a bit of relentless self-promotion, we're going to be talking about a Pro Shop exclusive product, which you can buy from me, and I'll be happy to sell to you. But, Candice, I want you to be real with people. I want you to shit on this thing if you don't like something about it, okay?
Okay, I'm going to shit on it.
All right, that's excellent. So, tell people about it. What is it?
Okay, it's a aluminum hanger that clamps on your gamer belt, and it has a Blade Tech pouch on it and some thumb screws. And what it does is hold your gun like this.
All right. Why is this good?
Well, it's good because the mount is really solid right here. It clamps to the belt.
Now, have you seen a lot of people using these things?
I've seen all but the poorest production shooters in the world, like homeless production shooters, all seem to use this.
All right. Yeah. I mean, I've seen
some limited people who don't want to get DQ'd by their gun falling off.
Yeah, those have kind of they've caught on a little bit.
Yeah.
So what do you like about it in terms of function?
Okay. Well, I do like its adjustability, which is kind of cool. You can adjust it for cant and ride height. I've got it set to the lowest possible ride height, and it's still production legal. And I like that it's pretty thin. It actually keeps the gun at the right distance. I like the pouch it comes with. I like the thumb screws to adjust the tension on the gun. Like if I'm going to run around air gunning a stage or whatever, I don't want that gun to fall out. So I screw it way down tight. Stuff like that.
Okay, so I mean, this is your competition rig.
Yeah, this is my competition rig. I got another one.
You've used other holsters.
Yeah, I have. The Blade Tech one, which is the same pouch as this, but it has this cheesy plastic mount. Doesn't really clamp to the belt very solid. I mean, I
shot a year with the Blade Tech. It was okay.
What?
I shot a year with a Blade Tech mount.
I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
And I had a comp tack, but again, its drop offset mount was really lame. I didn't like those, and they weren't very adjustable, and they weren't very solid. Because when I pulled the gun out, it would bind, and I hated that. Oh my God, did I hate that? Because it flex out.
All right, what do you not like about this thing?
What don't I like about this thing? Well, I split one of these Blade Tech pouches right here. Like, it cracked all the way through. I didn't like it.
Down the front of it?
Like, right where the gun, like right where they got this bend in it, or this crease, right here.
How the hell did you do that?
Because I dry fire like 35 hours a week at least. And
I sold a lot of that's actually that would be the only person I've heard of.
Timmy told me it was the only one that ever did that.
Well, that we heard about.
Okay,
I mean,
Blade Tech was nice and replaced it, so
okay, well that's good.
Yeah, the other thing I don't like is it kind of digs into my hip slightly. This little hanger part. It kind of digs into my hip, but that's because I have hips. I guess if you're straight.
If you're like a dude.
If you're like a dude, then it probably isn't important.
Right, but if you're a chick, maybe that's not the best deal for you.
Maybe not.
If you got them child-rearing hips.
Yeah, them hips. And it's also kind of expensive. It was $100, and I didn't get a discount at the time, so I had to save my allowance and buy a couple of those damn.
Well, I'll tell you, when that thing was developed, that was like I kind of pushed for $100 price point to have let's have the thumb screws and let's make it exactly what we want, except and not cut corners to make it like $75 and have it be competitive with other stuff, right?
Yeah,
so
I wouldn't have bought it if it was.
I will say
it was shitty.
It's my fault that it's $100, and it's also my fault that it comes with thumb screws.
Yeah, but I mean, it's best in class, dude. I mean, it really is. I'm not blowing smoke up your ass.
All right, so who is that stuff? Who would that not be for?
I guess I don't know if you're not in production. Otherwise, I can't understand why you wouldn't use it.
Well, I mean,
if your gun doesn't fit it,
well, there's plenty of people who are just like starting out, and it's like you don't need to buy $100 holster.
If you're not sure you're really going to jump all in on the sport, and you don't have like this whole separate rig, and you don't want to spend $100 on something that all it does is keep you from getting gatekeeping. What?
What the fuck is going on? Check that idiot.
Tim, what the hell?
Tim just tried to jump into our hangout, so he's fucking gone. Boom! Bye-bye, Pro Shop Tim.
Man!
I'm sorry about that, audience.
All right, so the problem with it is that it is $100, and it's more than a Phobos, which is... I don't know. That's not a good value for money either, though, but...
Phobos is like $3.
Okay, that may be a good value for money. Another thing I wish it kind of had with it, to be honest, is I had to put a little Velcro on the inside. I kind of wish it came with that.
So you want it to dig into you less, and you want it to
stick to the inner belt more.
And you want it to be cheaper.
No, I'm okay with the price. It's worth it.
Yeah.
I mean,
all right.
It could be cheaper, I guess, but not at the expense of it. It's already cut to the bone. I mean, it's minimalist. There's no fancy things on this thing.
The thumb screws, man. Baller thumb screws.
Yeah, but they're not like anodized or anything.
Dude, they're pimp. Those are pimp as hell. You don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, they are. I do like them.
All right. Well, anything else to say about it, Candice?
No, except I don't think I've heard anyone ever say anything bad about them.
I've heard a few people say bad things about them, but for the most part, they were either stupid or wrong.
Okay.
I mean, it's not legal for every single gun on every single person in every division. It is possible to have a body and gun configured in such a way that you will get that thing, and it won't be legal. And you have to like fuck around with the spacers to get it close enough to your body. That's not normal, but that has happened.
That could happen, but you could sand those spacers down and get it closer.
Right, like I said, they could fuck around. They had to fuck around with it and make it.
Well, I wanted to actually tell them like, beyond fucking around with them, if you have that problem, you sand them down.
Oh well, that's very helpful of you, Candice.
Yes.
All right, I'll put a link up in the show notes so people can buy this shit.
Yay!
Yeah, we get to like relentlessly promote stuff, right?
Good stuff, right?
Well, I don't know. It's not. I mean, I think we're being pretty upfront about who it's for and who it's not.
I think so. Yeah,
if you fucking.
Yeah, I got another thing to add. It is IDPA legal for chicks.
That's so.
Because I used this to win some of them masters.
To win.
Okay, to barely qualify.
To earn. All right, well, that's going to do it for Candice's Gear Queer Corner. If there's any gear that you'd like her to be queer about, drop me an email. If you have shit that you want her to review, send it to her. She might review it. And you can find her on Twitter @ProducerKermit. Yeah, all right.